Hello, I am Elo, and yes, that does rhyme. Hello, Elo, and I am from Elo Connected Performance. So, I would like to talk about the cycles that we do in life. So, the positive, the negative, and then how we fuel those cycles, and lastly, how we can interrupt those cycles and change them to a cycle that we want to do so then we can get and achieve what we want to do in life. So just very quickly, I am certified and trained in numerous modalities. And today I'm going to pull out a small snippet from NLP. So this is the NLP communication model. So we're going to focus on these green pictures, and we're not going to worry too much about what's going on in here. This is inside someone's mind. So what happens is we will have an external event happen outside of us. So it could be like, getting up and going to work, or seeing a dog run across the road. Then through our filters in our mind, we will then create an internal representation based on those filters. And this internal representation is a picture, right? So we create a picture for everything in life. So with the dog crossing the road, we would create a picture of what that looks like. And so if I was to say to you, think of a tree, you would think of a picture of what you would think a tree looks like, right? Yep. So that happens with this internal representation. Then from there, we create a state, and a state is an emotion or a feeling. So happiness, anger, sadness, motivation, all of the things. And then we also create a physiology. So that is how our body is feeling, how it physically looks, what it's doing, how it processes inside. So all of those things coupled together, and they affect each other, and then they create a behaviour. And so this is what we put into action in life and all the things that we do. So you can see that that's a cycle, right? And so there's positive and negative cycles, right? I'm sure you've heard of people say like, oh, that's such like a vicious cycle, about anything, or like you're in a vicious cycle or something like that. So that's negative, right? So have you also heard of a virtuous cycle? And that's positive. So we can run both of those cycles, and we will run them. So what I would like to do is I'd love to give you a real life example of this, and that is an example coming from me. So at some point I created this internal representation of feeling like I had this dark cloud over me, like just over my head, right? And I couldn't escape. And also in this internal representation, this is made of things that we see, what we hear, what we feel, what we smell, what we taste, and also self-talk. So I've got this picture of a cloud, and then I know what it sounds like as well. Like I'd see like the rain, and I can like hear that noise, and then I have a lot of self-talk around, and I'm like, oh, I feel crappy, or I'm not good enough, and all those sorts of things. So all of that makes me feel sad, like really, really, really sad, right? And then coupled with physically, I was walking around like moping around. Oh, it's the end of the world. Self-talk. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And even, I had to the point that someone was saying to me that my lymphatics are actually quite sluggish. So that's the actual process going on inside my body physically. So all those things coupled together then create that behavior, right? So that was that behavior of like, I don't want to do that. Nah, I don't want to study. Don't want to go to work. Anything. I don't want to eat healthy. I just want to eat junk food because somehow that apparently makes you feel better. Not really. And I don't want to go to the gym. So you can then see how not going to the gym, not eating well, would change my physiology to be really bad. It would gain weight, become sluggish, slower, the body's struggling more. Then that would make me feel sad as well. And then that just fuels that internal representation. And so you can see how that's a real vicious cycle that just keeps going. Right, so what I did was I went and I caught up with my performance coach. So she's also trained in NLP, and we worked out what was going on inside him and what's going on in my filters. And we created this really strong internal representation of things around my drive, what my purpose is, and where I want to be and end up in life, right? So I have this like really good picture of where I'm like sitting kind of outside my own property, my own animals, and having a glass of wine apparently. And I can feel like the warmth from that picture, and it makes me feel like so content with being there, but I'm also like so excited. So I'm really looking forward to getting there, and I'm motivated, right, to get to where I want to go. So that is affecting my state. Then physical, I am walking around like, yeah, I'm on top of the world and I'm awesome because I am awesome, right? Self-talk again. And and so now all that coupled together, the behavior I do now is I'm like, yeah, I'm going to study for that. Yeah, because that's where I want to end up, and I can't wait to do that. And yeah, I'm going to go to work because I need that money, and I'm going to start eating well, and I'm going to go to the gym now, right? And once again, you can see how they all affect each other. Now I'm going to the gym, now I'm eating well, my body's getting stronger. I feel good about my body because my body is looking better, it's functioning easier, right? And that just all fuels that internal representation once again. And that is a positive cycle, a virtuous cycle. So you can see how that all goes around. And that's the change. So I will talk about how we can break that cycle. So in my instance, with this dark cloud I was feeling, I would quickly go, and quite often, and I stayed there really for a long time, with just a lot of sadness, a real deep, heavy sadness. So working with my coach, we worked out that what I needed to do was break this state. And you need to do it as soon as you go into that emotion. So as soon as I noticed sadness started to creep in, I did a pattern interrupt. And a pattern interrupt can be anything that's like different. So it could be simply like clapping your hands, just getting up, getting outside, go for a walk, put on happy music, do a silly dance, anything that you feel is good for you. So then breaking that state there, that then changes the rest of these, right? Because we know that this is all a cycle. So then your body can start to feel better, and it can affect your internal representation and then your behavior ultimately, right? So the thing about doing a pattern interrupt and breaking it is you need to do it super quick. And first off, you need to actually be aware when you're going into that certain emotion. So super quick, because If you do it when you're like already in it, and you know, from personal experience, it's hard to get out because it just feels like it keeps going deeper and deeper in this hole. So get out of it as soon as you can. So that is a really quick and easy way to actually get out of it. So the thing is, though, you may find that you end up sad, break state, feel better. There might only be a short period that lasts for. You feel sad again, break state, feel better, and then that might just keep repeating. And that is because there is something deeper inside your mind that's going on. Because this internal representation is the ultimate driver of all of this. Because that's what is created from the filters in your mind. So what we need to do is talk with your unconscious mind and change some limiting beliefs around things. Like you might have a belief of like, you know, I am fat, for example, and then that makes you feel bad and sad. And then physically, your body's feeling really lethargic. And then your behavior will end up being, well, I'm just going to eat crap because I am fat. Because the other thing is your mind is always trying to prove you right. So that's what you're thinking, that I am fat. It wants you to do the behaviors and the things of being fat. So it will look for them, it will find them, and it will make you do them, right? So this is the ultimate driver. So this is where, you can find that although we can change these other things, it may not solve the problem forever. So that is what NLP can do for you. We can talk with your unconscious and program in there what you want and what you want to do in life and what you want to achieve, right? So that is the wrap up of my talk. So I would love to know if you have resonated with anything that's here, or if you feel like some of those things are you, some of those things that are happening. And if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you all. So I'm on all the socials, just find me, LO Connected Performance. And drop a comment, send me a message, do whatever you feel is best for you. And I would certainly love to help you out with this stuff and get rid of your crap. So as I said, I'm trained and certified in many modalities, and including NLP and timeline therapy and hypnosis. We use all those sorts of techniques to help shift what is going on inside for you. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it and you have gotten something out of today that can help you.